So welcome back to another episode. And yes, we're getting out of here today. We're getting out of the games room. We're going to go down to Press Start Video Games. Now, this is a video game store run by my friend Russell. Now, a few weeks ago, Russell said to me, hey, do you want to do an episode on weird things I have in my game store? And I'm like, that's a really great idea. And just like you guys, I have no idea what any of these items are, or what they're pertaining to, or what they look like, or anything like that. And I thought we'd just go on an adventure today and see what these weird items are. And before I leave the games room, I gotta put on my sunglasses because it's bright and scary in the real world. We're almost there, I swear. We're getting there, we're getting there. So I finally arrived at Press Start Games. Here's my friend Russell, and you've run this store for how long?
14 years.
14 years, and you've seen a lot of weird items come in here, I'm sure.
Weird and interesting for sure.
So you said, hey, I got like 10 items that I think are weird. Are they really weird though?
I mean, weird as in they're very interesting items. They're not things that you normally see, or maybe you know about, but you don't know all the details about them, and they're not common. Is that what?
That's what's gonna be interesting. I have no idea, so let's go check them out.
Let's go.
So here we are. What is the first item here, Russell?
Well, this is a Super Mario Bros. Phone, vintage, back from, I guess, the 80s or 90s.
Yeah.
They made them in 3 colors. There was a green one, a red one, and a blue one. I believe one of them was a mail-away one. I like the green one just because it represents tubes better.
Yeah.
Plugs right into your wall. Call your friends. Look at this.
Oh,
all the little
gosh.
star buttons, the colors.
Oh my gosh.
Little Mario dancing on top.
That is awesome.
Very cool.
That is something that I would have loved to have in the 80s. I'm like, I'm calling you on my Mario phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll phone my friend Luigi.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
Okay, our number 2 item, what is this?
So this is the GameCube NR Reader. I have paired it with a beautiful Emerald controller, which are pretty hard to find. This is a dev console. They used it for debugging games. They used it for, there's sort of the dev thing. They used it when they were producing games. They would get NR discs, they would put them in here, and they would debug games. You can't play normal GameCube games on this.
What, really?
Yeah, it only plays NR discs, which are infamously difficult to find.
Right.
So it's a really cool system. You can see here it's got like a switch, goes from USA to Canada.
I used to have the Switch, you know, to actually to mod my system.
Yeah, those are really cool. I love those. It's very unique. It's got a switch on the back here. I believe this is like for PAL or something.
Is this an expensive thing?
Yeah, I would say you don't see them very often. They probably go north of 2K.
2K, wow.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Wow.
They're very neat, very unusual. You don't see them very often. Very cool.
So this next item, I actually know. I used it in one of my episodes. I boarded up Russell, and he's bringing it up right now. This is really, I think this is so awesome. Oh my.
This is the Dragon Quest Hero Sword.
Oh my God, this is so cool.
This guy is cool. I love its packaging with the like red velvet. And
yeah, it's so beautiful. It's so Dragon Quest. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I used this in an episode one time and with me and Kim when she'd finished all of the Dragon Quest games.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, watch it with that thing.
I'm just so excited to complete my Dragon Quest.
Oh, let's just bring this out and just have a look at it.
I believe that this sword was, in Japan, they do sort of like lotteries to get items sometimes at certain stores, or it was either that or it was through Famitsu magazine. But yeah, it's like, they're very rare. This is official. It's super cool.
And again, you know, I got to ask that monetary thing. Like, what does this go for?
I think we're asking like 900 to 1,000 on it.
Yeah.
We've had a couple people that are interested in it, but it's a lot of money to spend on something like
yeah.
Because it's not like metal.
yeah, no, it's not metal. It's very like, pick it up, bro.
Yeah, it's very light. It's basically foam, but it's so cool.
It is really awesome.
I love it.
Okay, so this item is not a weird item. I actually asked Russell to show this because I think it's really interesting and I want to hear a bit of the history behind it. And it is a standee for The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword right here.
Right with the sword right in the stone here.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like, what is the story with this?
So these were used as promotional signage material basically for Nintendo before Skyward Sword came out. They would go to malls or events, and some of the malls events they would have these, and you could take pictures beside them, pretend you're pulling the sword out, whatever. They're pretty heavy. The artist for them was contracted, and he actually lives in the Vancouver area in BC, and he made I think he said 26 of these that he shipped out across Canada and the US for this event. Last year, he was emptying out his shop. He was a prop master. He's done with it. It's not much business, as people know, with the film industry. And he sold his artist proof, this is his, that he had for years since that. So this is actually the 27th one.
Wow.
It has been documented online as well that we have this one. It's an amazing shape. There's a sword. If you can pull the sword out, but it's actually just a piece of rebarb on the bottom.
Oh, it's just kind of fine.
There's no point to it. It's just so that it looks good.
Yeah.
And this is all like a really heavy foam. It's really well designed here. I absolutely love this piece. It's priceless to me.
It's priceless. And speaking of which, has somebody come in and wanted to buy this?
They would have to pay off my mortgage.
Yeah, yeah, because it's too much of a rare item, and I think this is it's an interesting one. Not a weird one, but an interesting one.
Very cool.
Okay, so what is this in your hands right here?
So as some of you may recognize,
I do.
This is something very popular, Resident Evil, but this item in particular is very odd. I'll tell a little story before I open it up. We were at, I believe it was an E3, and we got invited to the launch party for Resident Evil 5. And when we were there, they did like thriller dances. It was a great time. And everybody got one of these really silly things. And I'm gonna open it up and show you what it is.
Oh, interesting. Resident Evil 5 is not my favorite in the series, but my curiosity is still high for whatever this could possibly be. What the heck?
Let me just put this over here.
Is that a snow globe?
Oh, it's even better than a snow globe. It's a sand globe.
What? Oh my gosh. That is so weird. That is actually weird.
Yeah, it's so weird that they had these.
Oh, you can shake it up for me. Shake it real crazily.
I love this thing.
Oh, I'm reliving Resident Evil 5.
Oh no.
Yeah, oh no. You know, that's how I felt while playing the game.
What the hell just happened?
I don't even know if that's worth anything, but it's so interesting. No,
it's so cool. It's not worth that much, no. It's really cool, though.
That's actually a really cool item. I really like that. It's so unique and unusual. So you have some VHS tapes here?
Yeah, so these were promo tapes. This is a Donkey Kong Country one. This is a Yoshi Island one. And this is a Star Fox 64 one that Nintendo released back in the day before their games came out to sort of get people jived for them. My personal favorite is the Star Fox 64 one, because at the time they were trying to push the fact that they created a rumble pack that vibrated. So this video is super campy. When you put it in, it's like Sony, a guy wearing a Sony shirt and a guy wearing a Sega shirt, and they go capture a Nintendo employee and tie him to a chair. And they're all like maniacal, they're like, "Mwah!" And they're like, what kind of plans do you have?
You'd better tell us all you know. Or else.
Or else what? Or else Plumber Boy here gets
What are you guys doing with Mario? No! Leave Mario out of this.
It's a great skit. Everybody should watch
They would never do that now in Nintendo, right? So would they give these away for free, or how did you get these?
I think they were like promo items that they released. They have barcodes, so I'm assuming that you purchased them or they gave them away.
It's like a couple boxes.
Yeah, probably a couple bucks. This one doesn't. This I think was a pre-order. Oh, this was Nintendo Power.
Oh, Nintendo Power.
So this was brought to you by Nintendo Power. This one was probably similar. I think everybody should watch this one. Star Fox 64. You can find it on YouTube.
Oh,
amazing.
Oh, amazing.
Spill it, big boy.
Make me.
With pleasure. Look at your little plumber boy now.
What are you doing? No!
Okay, so this display case has been very interesting to me because you got a lot of figures on it and a lot are inside, but you want to show us something very unique.
Yes, so this here is a cross-section of Mega Man.
Yeah,
And
but that's not the interesting thing. I think that's pretty interesting.
Not fully interesting. There's two others that kind of go with them as a set. So these are by an artist. His name is Cody Koala. You can see it down here.
Yeah.
And he was featured in this Nintendo Power magazine.
Okay.
And in it, you will see this, which is a one-of-a-kind Mega Man cross-section that he made.
So this is this?
There's
What?
only one of it.
Oh, that's super cool.
It was crazy.
I know Rob will be very jealous of something like this.
Yep.
So that's the original in the Nintendo Power, and here is this one right here. That's awesome. That's like so awesome.
And Cody Koala only made 3 cross-section Mega Mans. I own all 3 of them.
What, really?
He stopped doing it. Yeah, he retired from doing it.
Why? He had a serious skill here. Like,
yeah, he does. He really does. He still does art. I mean, he's an awesome artist.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay, we're going to the seedy part of the store here, the dark side of the store. What is this, Russell?
So this is the Super Famcom Box, is what they called it. This is a hotel unit that they used in Japanese hotels, so that you could go in, you'd go to the till, you'd pay the till clerk some sort of rental fee so that you could play Super Nintendo games in your suite that you've rented.
I have heard of this thing. I've actually seen it online. I've never seen one in person. That's really, really cool.
So it's got like actual cartridges inside of it that have multiple games per cartridge. And they're like, they kind of look like longer Nintendo carts. They're really cool. And they only made so many games for it. It's really neat. Again,
I'm going to ask you, just out of curiosity, how much does something like that go for?
I have seen them go anywhere between $800 and $1,500.
Okay. Yeah, this is such a part of history. You know, hotel room, playing your Super Famicom, you know, Link to the Past, and, you know, Super Mario World. It's just too cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, our next strange item. Show me, Russell.
This is Shadowhawk from Rose Colored Gaming. It's interesting, it's weird. It was an unreleased game. They worked on it back in the day for Super Nintendo, and they couldn't find a publisher. So this game was fully completed. They didn't find a publisher, so it never got released. Then, I believe in 2007, Rose Colored Gaming got the proto for it, and they decided, we're gonna do a run of this game. So as they were doing the run, like producing this sort of like a reproduction, but with the original proto-ROM, they got stopped by Jim Valentino, who is the creator of Shadowhawk, which is a comic book series, as many people may know. And he said, no, he didn't want this game produced, so they made 100 of them.
Oh my God.
This is one of the 100 Shadowhawk copies, still sealed. This is a little stand that it came with.
What kind of game is this?
It's a 2D platformer beat 'em up game. It's pretty cool. Definitely a type of game I would be playing.
Now this is very rare, but how expensive is this? What does this go for?
Nobody really knows. So there's been some private sales. I think there was a private sale back in around the same time, around 2007, 2005, 2007, but no one really knows what its value is. There's a couple that kind of float around. I would imagine that it's worth north of like 3 to 4K, just because it's a rare proto, but it was made back in the day. It's not like they made this now.
Right.
So this is a really cool one. It's neat. It's very specific to Super Nintendo collectors, but I think it's really cool.
So what is this, Russell? I know this item. This looks like a portal gun.
This is definitely a portal gun. This is a 1-to-1 scale of the portal gun, if bought from the Valve store way back in the day when Portal was super popular. Obviously, Valve doesn't do cool stuff like this anymore. But this is it. We have it displayed in our store. I don't know if I want to sell it. It's kind of cool.
I think that's a one of a kind. You want to keep a hold of that, right?
There's a few of them out there.
No, I know there's a few of them, but you know...
It's so hard to come by.
Exactly.
The dual portal device should be around here somewhere. Once you find it, we can start testing.
Yeah, I gotta say, this is really, really well made. The plastic is like super nice. It's really solid. It's not cheap, you know, and everything's really kind of made really, really well with it.
And then up here we have a 1-to-1 scale companion cube.
Yeah.
I believe it was UBC. They had a bunch of kids from the school, technical students.
Yeah.
Or BCIT maybe. And they made this out of foam, and they actually measured it to the dev specifications of how big the companion cube would be.
Wow.
They gave it to us as a gift because they had nowhere to put it because it's huge.
It's huge. Yeah.
It's amazing. Nobody realizes how big that cube actually is.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So I want to thank Russell and Press Start Games for having me over at their store to see some of their weird items. And
As always.
Yeah, I got to get going. I got to say thank you so much for having me.
What's that there in your jacket? What's that?
I'm just happy to see you.
Oh, no. What is that?
What
do you think you're doing?
Shadowhawks? How did that get in here? I don't know what happens. It's really strange. Here you go, Russell. Thank you. And anyways, guys, until next time.
Well, as much as we'd love to stick around here and keep playing with you guys, we gotta go.